Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So you may notice that things are kind of different, and that's because this video was filmed in the past. I'm starting this video as of the 4th of May 2019, and I'm basically documenting the process of me and Eric buying a house, getting a mortgage and getting our first home together. So yes, 4th of May 2019 is the day that me and Eric are going to go and view our first new build houses over in the two different plots that we're interested in. We have spoke to a mortgage advisor. We've been told of the different mortgage options that we can get, so we are aware that we can get a mortgage. It's possible for us. So now all we need to do is go to the houses, see what we can get included in the package, see if we can somehow sneakily get in some carpets or something. If not, we'll have to get that afterwards. So we have discussed with our mortgage advisor our options. We have pretty much decided that we're going with the Help to Buy ISA, which means that we will get a bonus on whatever is saved up in that ISA. I will leave links to the information for this sort of stuff down below. And yes, I'm not sure if I mean, I hope these are long-term things, but if these aren't around in the future when I upload this video, I don't know how long the process is going to take. I don't know how long it's going to be until the houses are built, but yeah, hopefully all this stuff is still around at the time this video is actually posted. So yes, we're going with the Help to Buy ISAs, which is where you save up some money and then they give you a bonus up to a certain percentage of what you have saved up, and so that money is free for you from the government. We are also doing the 5% deposit scheme, which is on new builds where you only need a 5% deposit, and we're also using something called an equity loan, which is where the government will loan you 20% of the mortgage and then you pay that back. You get 5 years interest free and then you pay that back in monthly installments, and that means all we need to do is secure a 75% mortgage. It's good for couples, young couples, millennials, stuff like that, people who want to get onto the property ladder, and it's good for people like me and Eric who we don't earn the most amazing wage, but we would like to secure a good decent house so we can get a house a little bit better than we would if we just went for a complete like all-around mortgage. So yes, that is what we are doing. We have been told that we can do that. Our mortgage advisor has been brilliant. So the first step for us in this process has been that we have discussed our options with a mortgage advisor. Most mortgage advisors can give you information for free and support and advice for free, and then you pay them at the very end when they've done all the processes for you and done all the forms for you. That's what you pay them for. But the advice initially is all free, and you do not, it's like non-obligatory. You don't have to go with them if you don't want to. So yeah, that is what we've been doing. We've spoke to two different mortgage advisors just to see if maybe they come up with different ideas that would be best for us. And yeah, so we have a rough idea of what we want to do mortgage wise. We're going to go view two houses on different plots today. We don't think the houses have been built yet. One of them, we've been told, has the foundations up, so that it's getting there. It's like starting to be built. And then the other one, I don't think it's been built at all yet, because that development plot is much newer than the other one, but they are in similar areas. There's a slight price difference, but not really. And it's a very similar house that we want to go for. So I'm going to hopefully take you along with me to an extent, because I know that there's going to be other people around and I can't really just film everything. But yes, hopefully I'll be able to show you bits and pieces, and I'm going to take you on the whole journey. So when we have decided what house we're going to buy, when we've got all the mortgage sorted, I'm going to show you the process of it being built when we go and view it every now and then, and all the decisions we've been made, and I'll be able to discuss in detail how we've gotten to where we are to having our own house and owning it. And then after that, hopefully there will be some moving vlogs. So, I'm a bit out of breath, oh my goodness. We've been to the two different plots, and it turns out we can actually get a special offer on a 3-bedroomed house instead. We are actually parked right outside it, although there's a car there, so I'll try not to show off like the car. That house right there is for sale for a special offer, with like a flooring package and turfed back garden. And we spoke to the mortgage advisor, and they think that we could possibly get that 3-bedroomed house instead. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah. We just need to go in, speak to family with maybe a little bit of help with the deposit, fingers crossed. And we could move into that place in July, he said, this summer. It's going to be ready in summer because
that'd be great, though,
everything's pretty much built. And it would be like an integrated appliances package as well. So we'd have, like, it's got a fridge, it's got a cooker.
It's everything except the dishwasher, wasn't it?
Yeah, we could get a washer put in. We'll get to pick the flooring. And oh my goodness, that's so excited. I'm so excited. Fingers crossed, this little thing here could be our house. So it's always worth going to the show homes and
it was
talking about packages and stuff.
It was when you were inside and then you went, oh, there's no shower in this bathroom. Oh, right. And you went, oh, there is one in the ensuite. And
we
you
were
went,
like,
ensuite.
ensuite. Oh my goodness. So it's got 3 bedrooms, 1 small bedroom, 2 good sized bedrooms, an ensuite, a family bathroom, the living room downstairs, and it's got like the twist, like a stairs that go like that to go up, what they called? Something like that. Kitchen dining room, which I actually really like that kitchen dining room. Yeah. And then patio doors opening out to the garden, which has got fences and it's going to be turfed. It's got a little patio area. It's not going to be the biggest garden, but I think it'd be good for us. Especially with the patio doors, we could just open the doors out and just be like loving life in the kitchen, sitting down. Let the dogs out. And yeah, I'm just so excited. It's quite funny though, because when we were going to the different, what you need to do is, if you're going to the like different show areas, tell them that you're seeing other places nearby and their prices, because they will try to get the package prices down for you. They're quite competitive with each other. Yeah, and they were very open about that. They were like, well, just tell us what price they've said and we'll sort something else. They were very obvious and open about the fact, like, yeah, we're competing with them and we will try and give you the best price. So yeah, the incentives and everything. Yeah, the incentives to go with them instead. So I would definitely, like, these plots are within 5 minutes of each other. Just play on that a little bit, so they're aware that you're looking elsewhere nearby, and so they can try and give you the best possible price. Otherwise we would never have known about this, and we would never have had this. If you didn't mention that 5% deposit thing, yeah, we would have just been like, I'll get the 2 bedroom, don't matter. Yeah, basically what they're doing is, we're paying the 5% help to buy deposit. They're giving us another 5% towards the deposit, so that's a 10% deposit technically, which has made it easier for us to get a mortgage. We're also using the equity loan, which is 20%, so we actually only needed to secure a 70% mortgage, which has made it so much easier for us, which is why we've been able to get this house. If he hadn't have given us that extra 5% as an incentive, then we wouldn't have been able to get it. So it's always worth doing that as well. So this would be actually like a long-term house for us. It's big enough to have a child in the future, maybe in the next 5 to 6, 7 years. It'd be lovely. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be really sad if we can't get it, but if we can't, like, there's still the 2-bedroom houses. Yeah. It's not like the end of the world if we can't get this one.
Vanity mirror. So you can sit there and put your makeup on there.
Hello guys, thank you for holding. So, if it's fine on Help to Buy and if it's fine with the mortgage provider, so we're going to get this agreement of principle done for you, okay? So I just need to confirm spellings of names and address history. It's only going to take about 5-10 minutes.
Where's my camera?
Oh, isn't that funny?
So it's now the next day. It is the 5th of May. Eric and I have been given our agreement in principle from the mortgage broker, which is good, and from the lender, which basically means that the lender has said, yes, we would give you this money based off the information you told us, but of course we still have to officially apply for a mortgage like after we've reserved the house. So there is still a chance that it could fall through. Fingers crossed it doesn't. But yeah, we've got our agreement in principle, which basically tells the company we're buying the house from, which is Bellway, that we are financially qualified and that the lenders think that we are qualified enough with money, that we have enough money to be able to buy this house. So we're going to go reserve it. We're paying £500 to reserve it, and that would come off of our 5% deposit.
Get your book. You bring the book.
Notebook. Yes, we have got a few questions that we want to we've got a few questions that we want to ask the seller of the house before we sign our reservation thing. What's it called?
Reservation?
Like just before we sign anything, just because we want to make sure that the house is a freehold, not a leasehold. You should not really buy a new build house, especially like a proper house, not just a flat that is a leasehold, because that means that you do not own the grounds and you've got to pay ground rent. We want to own the grounds for the house as well, so we're going to make sure that will be in place for us, and we're just going to make sure that the things that he told us yesterday is going to be in the contract. So he's adding in integrated appliances, turf, all that sort of stuff is going to be sorted out for us moving in, hopefully. So yeah, excited?
Yeah!
How do you feel?
You've been non-stop on the toilet.
I've been nervous as hell. I'm really nervous. I don't know, I don't cope well with stress, so. Hopefully
I don't really understand how you think it's stressful. The people, saw some people that said, yeah, actually you've got good credit and you've got good money. Yeah, you can afford this house. I'm gonna buy the house. We went, yeah. Then when someone asks you questions, you're like, oh god, the stress. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Is it you mean a day? A day?
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine?
Yeah, no, we'll be fine. I'm still nervous though. Currently picking the flooring to go with the bathroom. Let's go into the ensuite. Yeah, put it in the corner. Let's stand back and look.
It's weird, this light, like, isn't it? And this tile's a bit different, isn't it?
Well, maybe we could pick a different one for in here, or do I have to pick the same one for all of
I
them?
have to pick the same, the cheapness and everything. Shower's nice though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it's lovely.
What do you want those suckers though?
We're now picking our flooring to go in the kitchen diner, so it'll cover all of this space right up to there, and it'll stop here because that's where the living room carpet is. So we need to decide what we're gonna have flooring wise. So it's now day 3 into the journey. It is Monday the 6th of May. Hello.
Hello.
Eric's getting ready because we're on our way to the house again. We're going to show Eric's family the house because they're going on holiday on Thursday, and it's like the office is closed Tuesday and Wednesday, so this is like the only day that we can show them before they go on holiday. So we're going to go ahead and show them the house. Basically what's happened so far is we have our agreement in principle. We have reserved the house for £500, which we'll be taking off of our 5% deposit, and we have chosen the flooring that we would like throughout the house. And yeah, so we're gonna go and view it again today. It still doesn't have the flooring or anything down, but yeah, your family want to see it before they go on holiday, don't they?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that, so it's nothing big. And yeah, hopefully, well, the mortgage advisor is coming out on, what was the date she said?
Tuesday the 14th.
Tuesday the 14th of May, that's when we're seeing the mortgage advisor. We'll have all of our paperwork ready, like pay slips, bank statements, P60s for Eric, and like, what else? Like car finance forms that we've already got because we've both got cars on like HP finances. And yeah, so we're gonna hopefully, well, I won't be able to vlog that because it's like legal stuff with a mortgage advisor, but I will be able to let you know how that goes. So yeah, from now until then it's just gonna be like viewing the house, showing family the house until we see a mortgage advisor and get sorted. We've also we're waiting for a solicitor to get in touch who will give us a quote for how much it'll cost for them to pretty much be our solicitor to work on our behalf, between us and the seller, which is Bellway. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. We're just going to be like looking at furniture and thinking of like decor ideas, colour schemes that we want for the house, and it's all really exciting stuff. But there is still time for it to fall through, which is why we're only telling family. We're not telling friends or people at work or anything like that yet, just in case, because like I said, it could still fall through. We could apply for the mortgage. I know we've got an agreement in principle, but we could apply for the mortgage. They'll review all the paperwork and all of the like proof that we send them that of how much we have and stuff, and they could still say no, you're not getting it. So yeah, we're not telling people other than family so far. It's now Thursday the 9th. Our mortgage appointment got moved to today instead of next Tuesday, which we were quite happy about because waiting until next week was quite worrying. Well, I say worrying, it was more like we were just like worrying about it. So the longer it was left, the less sleep I was getting and the more panicky I was getting. So I'm really glad that she rang up and said she had a cancellation today and that we could do it today. But I also just feel generally really sick. I'm just worrying about so many different things. It's a lot of responsibility buying a house, and I don't know, I'm worrying about money and mortgages and having to pay back stuff and house insurance, life insurance. We have to make wills and stuff because, I don't know, something bad could happen. We're going to be talking about worst case scenarios as well today, she said, where one of us, like, what happens if one of us dies? What happens to the other person with the house? Like, horrible stuff like that. Yeah, it's just generally really stressful. So I'm feeling really, really sick. I was going to take my family, because Eric's family's already seen the house. I was going to take my family to go see the house today, but we ended up needing, like, electricians out and stuff at my nana's house. And we just haven't had time, and the mortgage appointment was moved forward. So we're going to go and do that today. I don't think I'm going to be able to vlog it. It's going to be happening at Eric's house, so I'm on my way over there now. And I just feel really ill. Obviously I'm really excited and happy that we're buying a house, but I just generally feel really stressed. I haven't slept properly since last week. I'm tired. I'm getting sick because I'm stressed out. So I'm one of those people who the slightest bit of stress sets off any kind of illness. So I've got a cold. My stomach's not doing too great for my colitis, but never mind. Yeah, I've got all the documents that we need to take. Right here, I've put everything in here. We've had to take things like proof of ID, proof of address, P60 and payslips for Eric, some award letters because I get certain benefits because of my illness, and bank statements and our car loan letters because that's like a long-standing loan that they need to know about. So everything is in here. Reservation letter for the house, of course, is in there. And stressed but excited. We've just had the appointment with the mortgage advisor. I think it went really well. What do you think?
Yeah, she's a nice woman.
It was lovely. We were there for like, well, I say we were there, she came to our house, well, to Eric's house. We were with her for like 2.5 hours. Yeah. So we ordered a Chinese because we were so hungry afterwards. She came at 6 o'clock and left at 8 and we hadn't ate tea.
I was starving.
So we ordered in.
I was desperate for a pee all the way through it as well.
Yeah, but it was too important to leave. Yeah, it went really well. If you can hear noises, it's because Daisy's walking around on the wooden floor. Yeah, we've officially applied for a mortgage. We're going with NatWest because they had the best option for us. It's fixed rate for 5 years, and then we have the option of remortgaging after the 5 years to pay off the equity loan that we're using for the Help to Buy equity loan. That seems to be the best way to go. We need to sort out home insurance because that is a condition of having a mortgage, so we need to sort that out. Well, I think everyone needs to have home insurance all the time anyway, but we're going to sort that out. She was recommending life insurance, particularly because I have a health condition, and at the moment Edward's my brother. I don't know why I said Edward.
That's weird.
At the moment Eric is the main earner because I can't work full-time properly or anything at the moment. So she recommended that we do get some form of life insurance. Life insurance isn't just like if you die, it's also if you end up off work sick. So if Eric gets unwell, or I don't know, God forbid he gets into a car crash and needs time off work, that's something that would help us pay the mortgage, since I'm not earning enough to pay the mortgage by myself, at least until I get a full-time job. So she recommended that, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. How are you feeling?
Yeah, just I don't want to get insurance.
You do need to get insurance.
I know, but same one, not the one that she was recommending, because the one she recommended was personally for her from Aviva, who they're sponsored by, all that stuff. And it was like 70 quid a month for stuff that I'm like, I'm pretty sure we checked and it was like 10 to 20 quid a month, but alright. She seemed to only recommend
places that her company is affiliated with, so they get some kind of commission from it. Yeah. So the whole point of her coming here was to recommend different types of mortgages to us, but she literally only mentioned NatWest. And she said that she gets like £500 commission from it, and she didn't mention anywhere else, which, I mean, I'm not bothered about it because it's a good mortgage deal for us.
She didn't explain that though. It would have been better if she just explained it and said it's perfectly for this reason alone, because I knew she said that most places do 50% of if you want to benefit. Yeah. But that was 100%. And if that was the reason I went, then she should have said, but she just mentioned it, and then she kind of just went into this whole thing, and I was like, alright. And I was like, at the end, I was kind of waiting for different options. Like 3 quarters or something like that, and then we could pick the best one, or she could tell what a fixed one was.
Or the best one that we felt was good for us.
Fixed versus like variable, or all that stuff. And
yeah.
It would have been better if they actually.
But the actual mortgage that we're getting is a good one, so we're not that bothered about that.
Yeah, it's alright. It's pretty good.
So yeah, we're applied for it. We signed all the forms. We've paid the fee to the mortgage advisor, which is going to come out as well. We've got to pay for something called a valuation fee, which is where the lender, who is in our instance NatWest, they will send someone out to go and value the house to make sure the house is
worth, that we say.
Yeah, it's worth the price that it's being sold for. So we've got to pay, what was it, 200 and something, 280
or something like
for that. And yeah, basically from now we have applied for the mortgage. The forms are being sent off. She's sending off the forms for the equity loan for us. We've signed that, and we've got to pay like £1 a month for that, for the 5 years. And then we start paying that back, or we remortgage and pay it off completely. And we've got to wait for the solicitor to send us out like a questionnaire thing that we fill in and send it back to them. The solicitor is basically the person who deals with the legal documents and the money, so they'll get the contracts between us, and we will sign the contracts, and then they will take the money from us. So the next thing is wait to hear back from the mortgage, hear from the solicitor about all the information they require from us, and then pay the deposit.
It was when you asked her, have you worked with the solicitor before? And she was like, oh yeah, they're perfectly fine. And I was like, perfectly fine thing in my head. Perfectly fine is not a great way to like ever describe someone. How was Becca? She's perfectly fine.
Because I pointed out that they've been really slow to replying to me, and I haven't found them to be particularly helpful, but we've already agreed to use them now, so we can't do anything about it.
They're really cheap.
Yeah, because they're cheaper. And she was like, yeah, they are slow, but once they get going, it'll be sorted, don't worry. So I was like, not really building confidence
to be
there.
fair, I mean, the longer they do it, the longer they take, the more that we can save up.
Yeah, but also we've got a date that we have to do the contracts by. So we've applied for a mortgage. Woo! And we should be having a house soon.
Better be fucking lovely.
Oh, I'm so excited. So it's now the 18th of May. We've just done our flooring order. We already told them what we wanted, but we had to go in and finalise it and sign the sheet to say which flooring we wanted in all of the different rooms. So that's all sorted. We've sent off all of our solicitor forms. We had to sign those, which we sent off on Wednesday, just gone. It's Saturday now. We had to send them a cheque of £180 so that they could do searches. I'm not entirely sure what searches are though.
Search for the area, see if there's any like mining and stuff like that, see if there's gas deposits, and see what's around the local area, so that you can see if it's a flooding area, so you can be like, actually I'm going to question this, I don't want to give you my money. That's what solicitors are trying to do, to make sure you're getting a good deal.
So we sent that off the other day. So the contracts have to be signed by the 21st of June, so we've got like a month. We're doing really well for time. The mortgage is pretty much going to be fine. They said that the valuation was done on Thursday, so basically your mortgage lender, ours is NatWest, they send out a person to value the house to make sure that the house you're buying is worth the price that they're selling it to you.
Do you have to pay for?
Yeah, we've paid £75 for that.
No, we've paid £75 for the admin. We've got to pay another £180 for the rest of it.
Oh god, okay. So we've got to pay a lot of money for that. So yeah, if you weren't like putting aside money to be able to pay for all these upfront fees, you wouldn't be able to afford it. So if you're going to buy a house, make sure you've got plenty of money set aside for any upfront costs that might need to come out.
You've got your deposit together and another £2,000.
Yeah, you need, well, probably more than £2,000 really.
But if you're a first time buyer, £2,000, because it's £1,000 for like solicitors and £1,000 for pretty much everything else.
So you wouldn't normally get things like flooring included, or what's the other thing, like turfing in the background, in the back garden, fencing, lighting. All that sort of stuff isn't usually included in a new build unless you pay extra for it, so you also need to account for that. We've been quite lucky that we got those as incentives because we're one of the first people on the development to buy it, and there's going to be like building works for the next 4 years that we've got to deal with, so it comes along as like an incentive. But yeah, you need to incorporate all of those prices. Don't mind me throwing around my little what's this, a muff? Micromuff. That's what's in my hand, if you're wondering. Okay. So it's now about the, what's the date? It's the 26th of May, and we have a lot of stuff to sign from the solicitor. Look how thick this is. A lot of stuff that we've got to read. They've put little tabs on all the things we need to sign. I'm just covering my address at the top there. They've also like marked all the different bits where we need to sign, which we have done, and then on some of them they've pointed out that we shouldn't date it and stuff like that, like in advance and whatnot. So we've got all of this to read through and sort out, which is a lot. It's quite handy that we don't actually need to see our solicitor in person. They do everything via email and post, which is really handy for us because we just do not have time to go and see them during working hours during the week, especially with Eric working pretty much the only times that they're open. This is intense. Lots to do. It's been a little while since I've vlogged about the house. Basically, we had a bit of an issue with the mortgage advisor forgetting to send documents over to the lender, and then like additional documents were asked for, and it was a bit of a faff on. But yesterday, which was the 31st of May, we got our official, what was it called again? Like an official acceptance of the mortgage, which means they have agreed officially to 100% lend us that money, provided all the contracts and everything go through, and then we sign the contracts, which the solicitor will sort out on the 21st of June, I think it is, and then we're good to go. So on the 21st of June, we'll sign the contracts, exchange the contracts between us, which basically binds us to buy that house, legally binds us, and then the funds from our deposit from both me and Eric will be released and given to the seller, and then the money from the mortgage lender will release their funds to the seller as well, and we will be officially the owners of the house. And then hopefully by then we'll be given a completion date, because it's a new build, so it hasn't been completely like done out. And then we'll also be given a date where we can be shown around to see what it's like, the finished house, and then we'll have a move-in date hopefully after that. So yeah, exciting stuff. It's all good to go. How long's it been since we've been buying the house?
Can't remember.
So I think we're reserved on the 5th of May.
Really?
Yeah, 5th of May. I think we reserved it. And it's the it's the 1st of June now. It was the 31st of May yesterday, so it took that long to get to that point, which is quite a while actually. So hopefully in the next 3 weeks we'll be pretty much all sorted. So it's still quite early this morning. What's the date today? It's Tuesday the 4th of June. This morning Eric and I went to the bank. We had to go pretty early so that he could go there before going to work, because they're only open from 9 till 5 during the week. So yeah, we nipped there because we needed to close our Help to Buy ISAs, and we have to send these closure documents. I can't really show you them because it has like bank details and addresses and stuff on them. But basically it says Help to Buy ISA closure summary document. It has a little bit of information on what to do. So it says this letter confirms the closure of your account. It says the date that it closed. It tells you that you need to send it to your conveyancer or your solicitor. It says the account was a Help to Buy ISA, the closing balance. Basically with the Help to Buy ISA you can put away so much each month. I think it's up to £200 a month, and you get, I think it's 20 or 25% back from the government, but I will leave links to all this sort of stuff down below in the description. And you can take money out of it if you want, but when you take money out you don't get the bonus on the amount you've removed. You only get the bonus as a percentage on your closing balance. So we've closed it. The money has been transferred because we both had one each. You can have one each and you can claim the bonus on each individual ISA. We've transferred the amount into our other savings account, like our normal standard savers, and this document then needs to go to the conveyancer, and the bank has like signed it and stuff. And yeah, so that needs to go. We've been given like extra copies for us to keep as well. I need to send them off. After I've sent this to the post office later this afternoon, my nana and I are going to go and have a little look around IKEA to have a good idea, because they've got like setups of like houses, well, not of houses, but like of a living room and a kitchen and a bedroom, just to think about all the different things that we might need. I've made like a small list here just from googling online, like sofa, dining table, kettle, microwave, toaster, etc. But I think it would be quite easy to forget, like, because there's things like a bin, you need to buy a bin, or a laundry basket, or a clothes horse, like loads of little things that you don't really realise. And I think me and Eric are quite lucky because obviously we've already got like 2 beds, 2 TVs, 2 computers, like all that sort of stuff, because we both live separately, like in our own home, well, in our parents' homes, so we already have like all of our own stuff to take with us. The house already has integrated appliances as well, so it's already got like a fridge, freezer and a washing machine and a cooker. So yeah, we're being pretty lucky in that sense, but we do need to start looking at other things that we might need while we're living there. I also suppose that you'll realise what you need as you go along as well, so you'll buy it as you need it. So like one day I might think, oh, I need to iron this shirt. Oh, we don't have an iron. Let's go buy an iron. I've also bought this massive box that I got from WH Smith because I'm sick of having all these different documents just flying around all over the place. So I'm going to put everything in there to keep it safe. So it's the 9th of June. Eric and I have come to the house to take measurements so we can start planning our furniture. The turf is down in the garden. I hope you can see that. All the turf's down. They've also put in the washing machine now, which is down here. The flooring's not down yet, but we thought it'd be quite cool to come and see everything. Plus, we need to take measurements for tables and sofas and stuff like that. So it's now the 17th of June. I actually received these on the 13th. I just hadn't had a chance to vlog about it yet. But we received back our environmental searches, which was the £180 we paid to the solicitors that I spoke about earlier in the vlog. So I thought I would just show you what it kind of, what it includes, just in case anyone's interested. So I'm going to have to try my best to cover like our address while I'm showing you this. But basically, we've received like a coal mining report, which basically says if there's any coal in the area where you're living. So that's where our plot is in the area, and it shows like all this blue bit is where there is coal because, well, we already knew that we were buying our house. In the past, the area was used as a coal mine underneath the whole of that little area that, as far as I know, it was originally built as like a coal mining town or little village outside of Newcastle. It literally just tells you like all that information. So that was one of them. The other one is like contamination risk and like environmental risks in the area. Again, I'll have to try and cover my address. So yeah, as you can see here, all of this information. So it's about contamination risk, flood risk, radon, so that's about like radioactivity, ground stability and other influential factors. There have been 2 issues identified. So the flood risk, it's really nothing serious, like it was stuff that we kind of already knew. So it's like, so yeah, it's like stuff like this. So it tells you like all the different flood areas nearby. The ground stability is because there is a coal mine like right underground, but it hasn't been in use since the 30s, I believe the report said. I can't quite remember now, but it was a really long time ago. So they said like they have to kind of identify it, but it's not really a problem, so that's good. So yeah, it said that there is like landfill nearby, but it's not really a landfill. It's kind of one of those places, it's like a skip where people take like their old stuff, and then that stuff then gets taken away to the actual landfill. And then here is like the local authority search here, where it basically talks about like the different things nearby. So like traffic schemes, drainage, schools, railway, community stuff, conservations. Bit of a boring read for us really, but it's stuff that had to be done, and now we just know it. That was the £180 that we had to pay to have that done. So we had a bit of an issue with the solicitor where I emailed them about our mortgage, like the mortgage acceptance, which was on the 31st of May. I emailed them about it like pretty much straight away. It was like 2 days later I emailed them because it was a weekend, and they didn't get back in touch. I had emailed them several times, Eric had emailed them several times, I even sent the email to like someone else in the building so someone could address it, because we really wanted to know what was going on. It felt like we had just been completely ghosted by our solicitor for like over 2 weeks. And then on Friday she emailed and was like, hi, we are still waiting for your mortgage acceptance offer. And I was like, I emailed you about that 2 weeks ago. You already have it. We already told you about it. And she was like, forward me that email just so I can see it. So I screenshotted it so she could see the date and the time and everything of the different emails I'd sent. And she was like, we're just waiting for it to be sent from the lender as well. And I was like, right, well, do you need me to send a copy over, because I can photocopy it and send it over? And then she was like, yeah, do that. I was out at the time. Fast forward 2 hours later, she was like, I've managed to find it online, I've just downloaded it. And I was like, if the lender hadn't sent you it and you didn't have anything from me, where did you download it from? Like, why are you lying? I was really annoyed about that, because that's basically delayed our process by a whole 2 weeks, just because they don't reply to emails, they completely ignore stuff. Like in that day on Friday, I had sent the same question 4 times in 4 different emails, and it seems like you can only send her 1 question at a time, otherwise she'll just answer one thing and she'll ignore everything else in the email. So I had to ask her 4 times in one day before she eventually replied. Today, it's Monday now, she didn't reply to the question all weekend. She finally replied about like what we were asking about the contracts and stuff, which is supposed to be this Friday. So I'm a bit panicked that we're not going to get stuff sorted in time for the contract date, because for some reason they ghosted us for like 2 weeks and just didn't sort stuff out. A bit annoying, quite stressful, but never mind, I'm sure we'll get sorted. And if they have created some kind of issue, then I'll put in a formal complaint, but if they can rectify it, then I suppose it's not that much of an issue. Anyway, so we had a form to send off about the mortgage offer. We had to like basically agree to it and sign it. That's been sent off. Searches are done, and now it's just a waiting game until we find out from the solicitor what we need to do regarding the contract exchange. And I believe on the date of the contract exchange, that's when you send them your deposit, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I will let you know when it comes to it. I haven't done a very good job of updating this video slash vlog thing, and basically it's now Sunday the 23rd of June, but on Friday the 21st we exchanged contracts. It's a really big thing. It's really exciting, because basically the exchange of contracts is when you legally like agree to buy the house and you pay your deposit. So we had to send our deposit to our solicitors, and then they send it on to Bellway, who we are buying the house from. And yeah, they've also given us our completion date. The completion date is going to be the 29th of June, so that's next week. And it's just really exciting. We're 100% moving in next week, which is great. We'll get to pick up the keys on Friday. On Tuesday, which is the 25th, we have our home demo, which when you're buying a new house, they basically show you around the house and like what's there. Like they show you all the important stuff that you need to know and stuff like that. So I will of course be vlogging all of that. Yeah, just really exciting. We've exchanged contracts, we're good to go. We are actually buying the house 100% next week. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. The actual contract exchange was really easy. We did everything by post, where the solicitors would send us the contracts. On the Friday they rang us with the completion date, the proposed completion date from Bellway, and we basically just had to say yeah, we're happy with that, so that they could insert that into the contracts, and then they paid the deposit. It was so easy. It really wasn't that bad at all. So yeah, we're really happy with it. Lots to do until next week now though. We need to sort out the council tax, the water rates, we need to get the gas and electric meter readings, we need to get a water reading as well, so that we can take on all of that stuff from the day we move in. We need to sort out internet, phone, TV, all that good stuff. Today is our home demo. I'm so excited. Basically, I'm gonna sit down while I talk about this. I'm balancing you on top of my lamp at the moment. Please don't fall. Basically, the home demo is when the house is pretty much completed and ready to move into and you've paid your deposit. It's built, kind of ready to go. You get shown around by the site manager of your new build construction site, and they tell you all the important things, like which walls are safe to drill in, where the stopcock is, how to work the boiler, and they just basically show you everything, tell you everything that you need to know. They said it lasts around 1 hour, and ours is at 1 PM. Eric will be taking a long lunch from work so he can come along because he couldn't get the time off work. And yeah, I'm going to try my best to film some stuff. I might end up having to use my phone because obviously we're with someone being shown around. I think it would be a bit awkward if I just whack a camera out. So yeah, I will try my best and I will talk about it afterwards and tell you the kinds of things that we discussed. Excited. And then when I come back I need to get on with packing. As you can see, my shelf is pretty much empty. I've managed to empty 2 of these drawers down here and I've got loads of other stuff to do. How's demo done?
What's that?
You're gonna get that bird poo off.
Look at it, it's massive. Oh.
I've had to put my lamp on because it is pouring down outside and it's gone so dark. We've had our home demo now. I tried to get a little bit of footage on my phone, but it was quite awkward. There was people coming in and out of the house, like builders doing little bits and pieces, and the guy who was like talking to us about everything was there, and it was just a little bit awkward, but I tried my best. Basically they have like a whole checklist that they've got to go through, and I'm not going to read everything on here because that's just silly. But it was basically things like each room had a checklist. So it was like the construction, finishes, drying out the home, where to fix things on the walls, window/door operation, radiators, TV, satellite points, BT points, fire doors, energy saving lights where fitted, things about the showers, toilets, extractor fans, door locks, down lights, smoke alarms we had to talk about, insulation in the loft and how to use the loft, and the aerial fitting up there, shrinkage on the stair area, zoned heating and additional programmers, overview of the hot water where the stopcock is, mains pressure, temperature control, pressure gauge, recharging hot water system if applicable, which I don't think we have, the bath seals, mixer unit, all that sort of stuff, the hallway area with the radiators, and the, what's it called, the electric unit thing, the oven, the fridge freezer because we've got one built in, the extractor fan and the hob unit, the washing machine because we have got a fitted washing machine as well, so they had to discuss all of that, the mains water stop valve, the boiler on and off, like the status light, what everything meant, the servicing and maintenance. I said I wasn't going to read all this, yet here I am reading it all. We had to speak about like the meters, like the gas, the electric and the water, where they were, the mains BT outlet, vents, heating outlets, manholes, that sort of stuff. The turfing, because the turfing's down but they've been taking care of it, so that's all good. Guttering, finishing of the roads and driveways, drains off for pressurized systems, don't know what that means. No, he's got that down as not applicable, so that's not us. They also talked about our NHBC warranty, which is something you get with a new build house. It's like a 10-year warranty for the building to make sure that everything is good. Talked about warranties on appliances, so the washing machine, the oven, the hob and the fridge freezer will all have a warranty, which we will have to put on the day we move in. We'll be given all the leaflets and stuff for that. Emergency procedures if something happens, so if we have a total loss of power or a total loss of water or anything like that, we will be given emergency contact details for someone to come and sort that out. He's also wrote down in here, although I can't really say it because this was like a transfer, but he wrote down all like the little bits and pieces that are still to be done. And that needs to go away in my little file with all of my house stuff. So all I need to do from now is just get packed. We've pretty much sorted everything else that we need to sort out. Done bills, sorted out BT, sorted out the council tax. I genuinely just need to get everything packed, ready to move on Friday. So today is the 29th of June, which is our completion date and the official date that we can move in. We are just waiting for a phone call from Bellway. Basically what happens on completion day is our lender, in our case NatWest, will send the mortgage payment to our solicitor, and then our solicitor will then go through like all the finer details and then transfer that payment to Bellway's solicitors. Once they have received that payment, Bellway will then ring us and say that the payment's been made, the house is officially ours, and we can go along and pick up the keys. So yeah, really exciting. They said that they'll ring us any time between 10 AM and 4 PM. It's currently nearly 11 AM. I've been up since 8 o'clock. I couldn't sleep last night. I was too nervous and excited, and just generally getting like last minute stuff sorted, like packing. pretty much everything is packed. I've just got like, I've left my computer out just in case we don't have the internet straight away, so if I need to come back home to my nana's house to do like put the meter readings in for all the payments like gas and electric, I can do this at home on the internet here, which is just much easier than having no internet in the new house. And yeah, it's just a waiting game now. We just need to wait for it. So I won't be vlogging us picking up the keys or moving into the house because I have been filming moving vlogs. If you haven't seen them already, I will link down below the playlist to all the moving vlogs that I've done so far, and I will be filming them for the next few weeks while we're getting settled into the house. So if you want to see all that sort of stuff, go ahead and check out those videos. I hope you liked this video and I hope it was informative and not too boring, but I assume that if you're watching this video it's because you need to know about this sort of stuff. And yeah, so this has been the whole process of us buying a house, everything that we've done leading up to today when we get to pick up our keys. It's definitely not been like plain sailing, it's not been an easy ride, but it's also not been as difficult as I thought it was going to be. And genuinely, if you can afford to buy a new build house and you can use an equity loan and all those sorts of things to help you, like a Help to Buy ISA, then I would definitely recommend it because we've had such good experiences with it. Our Help to Buy ISA bonus has helped to pay our solicitors, so we didn't end up needing to pull out a large amount of payment for that. We're also getting some of the money back because there was some left over, so we're getting a check in the post. We also got a cash back check from NatWest for using them, so I think in total we've actually gained £700 or something like that rather than paying a large amount off, so it has helped us quite a lot. And yeah, I'm just really excited. We move in today, we've got lots to do this weekend. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like down below, subscribe to see more videos like this, especially the moving vlogs, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!